Is it better to price slightly under market or go for top dollar? I think there's a strategy for both. Obviously, I think pricing it reasonable / under market would be better than pushing for top dollar. And now I'm a big fan of getting top dollar. If we look at long-term strategy, you're reducing vacancy, you're getting more applicants to choose from. You can choose a stronger applicant and get someone in sooner at slightly under market values than a lot of vacancy and less applicants to choose from at top dollar. Now, with that said, if you have the ability and patience to let it sit for a little bit, my strategy is to go for absolute top dollar and see what that gets you and slowly reduce each week by increments of $50 or so. And then you're going to hit a sweet spot to where you get all kinds of applicants and you get a lot of people to choose from, and it's still a good rent to have. The reason I say that is because knowing that this initial lease, there's going to be a little bit more vacancy when you push for top dollar. But if you're willing to do that and slowly back off that, that's all right. That's fine. It's not frowned upon. Whereas if you have a house sitting on the market for sale, people look at that days on market and they start to believe there's an issue with the house. That's not necessarily the same for rentals that I've seen or in my experience. So you can go for the top dollar, just be willing to reduce that maybe on a weekly basis based on interest of the property, showings and applications, and continue to reduce it to where you get to at market, and then you'll naturally start getting a lot of applicants and candidates at that point. But I would say if you have time, that's better, but you were also losing money with time on market by going that route. So ultimately, I think the stats would show it's better just to list it at market and get someone in than kind of skip the top dollar. If you have time, if you have the means, and you want top dollar and you're willing to spend a little bit of time to get there, go for it. I also think you need to be honest about the condition that your property is in and the amenities that your property has compared to other units on the market. So if you see other houses on the market that are the same size, same beds and baths, and way better amenities that are priced for less, it's unlikely that going for top dollar is going to work in that case. You need to at least match or probably go a little bit under that house unless you really just want your house to sit there. Another thing is investors will come to me and say, I need to get $3,000 a month out of this house. So list it for $3,000. And we'll do all of our analysis and we'll see, hey, this house, everything supports this house renting for $2,500. It's unlikely that we'll get $3,000. We're willing to try at a little bit of a higher rent, but I think we might be wasting our time if we try to hit $3,000. And some of those investors or accidental landlords will just say, well, it doesn't make sense if I don't get $3,000, so you need to get me $3,000. And then some people will say, hey, so-and-so over here said they'll get me $3,000. That's not necessarily how it works. The market determines the rental rate. Obviously, everyone wants their rent to be higher, but that doesn't mean that just because you list it for higher means you're going to get it rented for higher. It's not finding who's willing to list it at that price. It is who has the best leasing process with the best communication, the best responsiveness, easiest to schedule showings, the best marketing, professional photos, good online social media presence, who can provide the best landlord and resident experience. You put all those together and you have the highest odds of getting the highest rent, but the market really dictates within a couple $100 of that range outside of that. So I would say ultimately, it depends on strategy. If you have some time, you have patience, and you really want to get top dollar, you can go top dollar and be willing to reduce. It's probably best strategy just to go straight for a fair market value and get it rented quickly. In the long run, over the course of that year, you're probably going to make more money just going to the market value.